Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start today. Um, it's about 5 after, and we're just going to go ahead and start. Wait, if anybody else jumps on the call in a couple more minutes, that's okay. We're just going to go over some basic information at first, and any couple of seconds that they have to log in, that's totally fine. And this webinar is going to be recorded today. You can go ahead and listen to it after this phone if you want to let your colleagues or your employees listen to this phone call. We will have it recorded for you. I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us on a webinar. We're really excited about this. I have my colleague Julie on the phone as well today. We will be introducing her in a couple moments. But I also want to congratulate you on being proactive and taking control of your online reputation. As you know, it really impacts your business, and we're going to go over some of those tools on how it does impact your business on this phone call today. So just going over the agenda for today, we are going to go over a couple of things on discussing topics on preventative measures and maintenance of how to avoid negative reviews, and also steps to take in trying to receive positive reviews. First, we want to go over what's new with us. So we are in a transition right now between Process Peak and Frank Connect, and we want to introduce ourselves as well, Julie and I. And we also want to discuss, going back to the basics, just some basic customer service statistics and the evolution of customer service, the way customers feel when they experience a poor experience with a business, so we can be in the customer's shoes. We also want to go over tools on asking for great reviews. We want to guide you through that process and make sure you're set up for success. We will give a couple steps for staff training, tips and tricks on how you can train your staff for asking for those reviews as well. And we will also go over what you might expect from our services. We will go over all of the information we provide to you when signing on for this service. We'll also be discussing a couple other webinars we have coming up. So to start us off today, I wanted to discuss the transition right now between us and Frank Connect. So Process Peak was acquired by Frank Connect, and I'm going to have my colleague Julia discuss that in one moment. But first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Danielle. I have been in customer service for the past 10 years. I know a lot of the ins and outs in customer service. I am a brand success specialist over here at Process Peak Frank Connect, and I can help you, be guided through this process of handing out cards, as well as all inquiries about your Google Plus presences. I am quite versed in that, and I'm the residential Google Plus expert over here. I'm sure I've spoken to a couple of you about your online presences and setting up these packages, and so if you have any questions after this phone call, I can go ahead and answer them. And right now, I wanted to introduce my colleague Julia, if you wanted to say a couple words about yourself, and also maybe discuss the transition between Process Peak and Frank Connect.
Thank you so much, Danielle, for that quick introduction. I really do appreciate it. So as Danielle mentioned, my name is Julia. I've been working as an account manager here at Process Peak Frank Connect. I probably have spoken with some of you beforehand on your initial kickoff calls or previous value calls. I really have appreciated the opportunity to speak with most of you, not only on the phone every single month, but also at conference. You might have seen me there as well. So thanks so much about that. A little bit more about myself. I have been in customer service for about 7 years now. I have really enjoyed working with all of you, and I have enjoyed the relationships that we've been able to build as we continue to work on your online reputation. As many of you have probably already realized, we are in the midst of a transition over here at Process Peak. I am pretty excited to announce that this past December, Frank Connect acquired Process Peak. Frank Connect is a company known for its commitment to delivering exceptional value to its clients, and it does have that reputation of being the #1 provider of franchising solutions in the world. So while this is a pretty exciting time for us and our company, you shouldn't experience any changes in our daily or monthly interactions together. The big difference for you is that our executive management team is now both grown in size and resources. We have offices on both coasts of the USA to help support your needs. And we now can provide you with a pretty exciting array of best-in-class solutions and services to help your system achieve rapid growth. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about this acquisition, please do not hesitate to contact either I or Danielle at any time. We are really extraordinarily grateful for the role that you have played in the growth of both Process Peak and FranConnect, and we just want to thank you for your upcoming partnership and your ongoing partnership with our business.
Thank you so much, Julia, for going over that information for us. We really appreciate it. And first, we want to discuss the evolution of customer service. So just going back to the basics, a customer complaint can give a business a wake-up call. We like to think of it over here at Process Peak as somewhat of a gift. It's not the greatest gift you could ever receive, but it definitely is a fundamental tool on feedback, and it can rapidly and inexpensively shift products, services, style, and focus for a business if they aren't aligning with that bottom line that they originally set out for. Businesses that don't value their customer complaints can suffer from costly negative word-of-mouth advertising. So a lot of times customers can go online and speak about your business, or they will maybe tell their friends and family about it. And so we want to definitely make sure that we're handling these customers' complaints at the best of our abilities. In order to speak about customer complaints, we might want to look at the evolution of customer service. And so this is just a little bit of a chart dating back to 1995 when the internet first started getting, on the ground running. But, around that time, most of the time customer feedback was relayed through word of mouth. So a phone call or just letting your friends and family know about excellent customer service you've had or excellent experience you've had at a business. Customers would tell their friends and family, hey, I just checked out this great restaurant. You should totally check it out. I would really think you would love it. And that is how customers, really gained popularity amongst their customers. When the internet started becoming a little bit more popular, customers were now able to reach out to businesses via email. So if they had a complaint or a concern, they could always email the business right away and get a response within the next few days. This is a great way for businesses and customers to communicate and improve their businesses and their services. Once the web started getting a little bit more popular and chat started becoming a little bit more popular, people were able to chat about businesses online through chat rooms or accessibilities such as that. Now, in the new age of mobile devices and social media, we can discuss about the experience we've had with a business right away. And so as the experience is happening, we're having great service, we can jump on our phones, go on Facebook or Google Plus, and tell about that great experience we're having, which is an awesome thing for our business to have. It's an easy way to get advertising and letting other people know just how great your business is. The only unfortunate downside to this is that if they are experiencing a negative experience, they can also discuss about that right away online. So we want to make sure that we're very aware of this evolution of customer service and how easy it is for customers to speak about our business and making sure we're putting our best foot forward at all times. And like I have mentioned, I have been in customer service for the past 10 years. I really feel like this is a service that I excel in. And one way I do this is realizing how the customer is feeling during a certain point of experience. And so after suffering a poor experience, we want to really put ourselves in the customer's shoes and knowing just how terrible that experience is. I'm sure we've all had excellent customer service and experience at businesses, but I'm sure we've all experienced negative experience one or two times in our life at a business. And we want to go back and think about that time and really remember how we felt during that poor experience. So this is a poll taken out of 300,000 people across the United States and Europe of just showing the way customers are feeling during that negative experience. We want to first look at this 52%, so half of the amount of people who experienced a negative review went and spoke about that poor service online to an online review site, whether this be Yelp, Google Plus, or Facebook, customers were able to reach out and speak about it right away online. And that is definitely something we want to take into consideration when having these experiences with customers and these services to our customers. Another startling review we want to look at is this 74%. So 75% of people who experienced a negative service have registered it as a formal complaint either to their corporate offices or to Better Business Bureau. So they've done just more than speaking about it on an online presence. They've actually registered it as a formal complaint. Another startling review when you want to look at, about 30% of customers who had a negative experience and a negative service felt their chest tighten or cried or got a headache during this time. A lot of times this customer service can be, you've had a long day and you've had a lot of stresses happening in your life, and you go and eat at a restaurant and you're not getting the best service you could possibly can, and one little thing can trigger that. And so we want to make sure that we don't know what's going on in the rest of the customer's life, and so we want to make sure that every interaction that they have with us, they're smiling, they're happy, they're grateful that they came in contact with us. Moving along, we want to give you tools on how to handle these customers' complaints, and this is 5 easy steps on how to handle those customer complaints. And first of all, we want to thank them for their feedback. Like I said, this is a little bit of a gift. We can learn how to grow and change and focus our services and our product on back to what the customer wants. And we could definitely want to apologize for our mistakes. I have been in customer service for the past 10 years, and I've always found that a smile and an apology for a little thing or a big thing can always go a long way. And so it kind of just makes the customer's day if you just are, empathizing with them and really letting them know that you're taking their feedback into consideration and you're really taking it seriously. We want to take responsibility and promise to solve the problem immediately. So just recognizing that you are aware of the problem and that you will do anything in your power to try and take care of this and correct this mistake. And that goes on to 4, correct mistake promptly. We don't want this mistake to happen again, and preventing it in future mistakes. A lot of times one complaint over bad customer service on a review site is negative, but if you see multiple complaints for customer service on that review site, that's even worse. So we want to make sure that this problem doesn't happen again, whether it be customer service or with the product, and just making sure we're doing anything we can to prevent the mistake from happening in the future. We want to look at the importance of online reputation. So we want to take a minute to look at online reviews in small business owners that recognize their online reviews. So this is taken from that same poll, but this is more of positive reviews. So we want to, now that we've gone over negative experiences, we want to look at the positive experiences. And I'm going to go ahead and have my colleague Julia speak to this a little bit more. She's kind of an expert in gaining positive reviews.
Thanks so much, Danielle. I appreciate that. So as she's mentioned, now that we have kind of addressed the importance of avoiding and pertaining to negative feedback, we do want to kind of offer those preventative strategies to tackle those clients who do seem a little bit angry in person. Those are potential escalations, and those are the ones we want to avoid from getting online so that they're leaving you negative feedback. As we address positive feedback, it is important to note that 2 out of 3 people are more likely to buy from your business if they find positive comments about you online. So because 85% of your potential customers are doing some research before giving your business a call, they are checking out your comments, what past consumers have said about your business, and they want to make sure that they're making a wise investment. Their money is not getting spent in a negative way, so they want to make sure that you have positive comments about you online. In fact, a 1-star increase in your overall Yelp rating can lead to about a 5 to 9% increase in revenue per year. So again, these statistics are pooled from a survey of 300,000 people across the U.S. and Europe. They have been found to kind of lead to that increase in better business bottom line. That's what we want for you, is for the phone to start ringing a little bit more. We want more consumers to come to your business and choose you. So that's why that overall increase in your Yelp review can lead to that increase in overall revenue. About 1 out of 2 people are less likely to buy from your business or even give your business a phone call if they find negative comments about you online. So again, that just speaks to the importance of what Danielle had detailed out earlier. If there is a negative situation, if there is a complaint, we want to tackle it as well as we can in person, but also in an online setting. So what we're going to be doing on your behalf is monitoring your social presences. We will be keeping an eye out for any negative feedback received. If we do see a review that goes online that looks like it might need some more attention, maybe there was an unhappy client who did voice a concern online. If that happens, we will reach out to you. We'll work with you to make sure that it gets responded to appropriately. 95% of unhappy clients will come back to your business if they feel like their issue was resolved quickly and efficiently. So that's where we come in. We want to make sure that those negative reviews are responded to. We want them to feel like their situation was trying to be resolved, if not for their particular situation, maybe for a situation in the future. We just want them to know that we are working to fix their concerns. So that's something that we are going to be doing on your behalf. We'll make sure that all of our review responses are approved by the business owner beforehand, before we go on and post that. But that is something we're going to be working with you to make sure that any negative feedback you receive is taken care of appropriately. Continuing along the same line, we also want to address kind of the overall importance of online reputation. As Danielle kind of detailed out during that evolution of customer feedback, about 25 years ago, these sites wouldn't have mattered. About 7 out of 10 consumers still trust brand recommendations from friends and family. So when my sister comes into town and she tells me, hey, my sorority sister told me that this restaurant is the place to go in San Diego, I tell her, that's great. You should check out the Yelp reviews. Because if you look at Yelp, they're telling you this is the place you do not want to be eating. There is dirty floors, dirty kitchen. You do not want to be eating there. So while it is important to note that 7 out of 10 consumers trust their brand recommendations from friends and family members, 9 out of 10 consumers trust online opinions posted by other consumers. So it is important to note that about 65% of people are looking and taking a look at your business information, the reviews online. They are taking a look at those. So it is important to know that more than half of people, and 9 out of 10 people, are going to trust those reviews. They are looking at those reviews. They want to hear about other consumers' experiences before making a purchase and before deciding to call your business. 5 out of 10 people are willing to express concerns or complaints about a brand. So about 50% are willing to compliment you or provide a concern online. So it goes both ways. 50% are willing to complain, 50% are willing to compliment. We do want to make sure that 100% of the time we're working to satisfy clients and provide them with that overall wonderful customer service experience, so that 100% of your reviews are awesome. And that's exactly what we want to work with you to make sure that that's happening.
Thank you so much, Julia, for going over those slides about positive feedback from customers. I think it's always great to look at those statistics on how just a couple positive reviews can really improve your business. We want to go over a couple of on how to attempt, getting these great reviews. We want to go over a couple of the do's and don'ts. Some of these might be very straightforward, but we always want to go over them to refresh our memory on, what we can do to get these great reviews and what we don't want to do to get to try and gain reviews. So one thing we do want to recognize is employees who participate in trying to gain these reviews for us. So if you have employees who work for you, we want to make sure that we're recognizing those employees who are taking action and trying to get these reviews for your business. They're helping you out in the long run, and so we want to make sure that we let them know how appreciative we are of their participation in this process. We also want to discuss the importance of online reviews with them. So with having them participate, we also, or trying to get them even to participate, we want to let them know how important this process is to them, go over maybe some of those statistics and let them know how much of an impact, just a couple of great views can have on your business. Again, we want to discuss and talk about negative reviews. We don't want to ignore these reviews, these negative reviews. We want to discuss them with our team members, and so we can try to realign our basic business plan with what the customer is asking for. And again, we want to ask customers for feedback who are satisfied with our product and services. And I will go over some of those steps on how to ask for feedback from customers. Going over a couple of the don'ts, we don't want to incentivize customers to leave reviews. So this is in a lot of the review site rules. of leaving reviews is if the customer has been incentivized to leave a review, it could always be flagged as something of a recognition for these review sites, and your site could be taken down. So we want to definitely make sure that we're not bribing the customer or incentivizing the customer to leave a review. We don't want to write fake reviews or use fake profiles. Again, this is in the terms and conditions of these review sites. A lot of times fake reviews can be seen very quickly, and same with fake profiles, and your site can be taken down in this case. We don't want to ask customers for good reviews. So we want to ask them for feedback, but we don't want to say, can you please leave us a review? We want to just keep it professional and keep it classy. And this next one might be very, very straightforward. We don't want to threaten any customers. We don't expect any of you to go ahead and do this, but sometimes, your business can get a little bit personal, and you can get caught up in the moment and say stuff that you didn't mean to say. And on these review sites, they are there forever. So we want to make sure that we're handling these customer complaints in a professional manner, not in a demeaning way to any of the customers. And again, we don't want to ignore bad reviews. We want to make sure we're discussing these and addressing these, and really reaching out to the customer who's had a negative experience with our business. We can give you some tips and tricks and tools on how to respond to these negative reviews. Anytime a negative review is received from any of our sites that we post out to or we're managing for you, these reviews will be notified to us, and we will notify you then on how the best way to respond to these negative reviews is, and how we can go about it in a professional manner. So best practices for asking for reviews. Now that we have addressed the importance of online feedback, we want to begin to dive into the recommended practices on how to actually accumulate these reviews. For asking for reviews, we want to make sure this is aligned with a three-part process. And you should have received our collateral cards. This is a card that has your business information on it and a site to direct customers to an online platform so that they can then go to one of your social media sites to leave these reviews. And I will go over some basic tools on how to hand out these cards. First, we want to tee up the online feedback at the beginning of the transaction. So just, right when the customer is signing on with you, we want to let the customer know that customer feedback is very important to your business, and it could always help you improve your businesses and your business tools and services. And it's also very important for you to receive more customers and how important these sites are to you. So we want to let the customer know on how important these sites are and the feedback is, and that you will be asking for feedback at the end of the entire transaction and your services with them. And then at the end of the installation, we want to ask whether it be you, the business owner, or one of your team members, we want to train them on how to ask for these.
It seems like Danielle is experiencing a little bit of a sound check difficulty, but that's all right. I'm going to just take over from here. She was kind of detailing out that recommended three-part process for actually handing out those cards, which is something that we really recommend. We have kind of tracked success with this three-part process. We've developed it in conjunction with some of our business owners. We want to make sure that you are teeing up that review right from the get-go, letting your customer know right when you get that initial sale with them, telling them right then and there, hey, I'm a local business person. This is something that really matters to me and to my business. I do want to make sure that you know we're always seeking feedback from our customers. We're always seeking to grow, always seeking to learn, and always seeking to improve. It would mean a lot to me and my business if you would help us out and just give us some feedback at the end of your project or installation today. At this point in time, you don't need to mention the card or even an online portion of this program. We just want your customers to know that you are seeking that feedback and are looking to hear from them and hear how you did. The next point in process of this little three-part recommendation is actually handing out that card face-to-face. At this time, we do want to actually share the card with your customers if at the end of their project everything has gone well, you feel confident that they would be happy and leave you the online review. You can let them know, again, you are a local business. Your team is working with you to make sure that everyone is trying to get that feedback from your clients. Share with them again, hey, I'm a local business person. Everyone on my team works for a local business. We're always seeking to grow and improve, especially online. We would really appreciate it if you could leave us an online presence or an online review on one of our online presences. At that point in time, you can hand them the card, look them in the eye, thank them for their business, and then direct them to the back of that card, where they're going to find a review link, which is going to take them over to your different review sites. On that review site, they'll have the opportunity to choose from whatever buttons you've selected to be on there, and they'll be able to give you that feedback. For the most part, if your customers are finding you online, they're probably already pretty tech savvy. If you do have a client who's not particularly tech savvy, there is an option for them to leave you a direct review on that website by clicking the Leave a Review Here button. The last part of this process is a follow-up thank you communication. Whether this communication be a thank you phone call, a thank you email, or even a handwritten thank you note, we do recommend following up, touching base, and reminding your customer again to write you that positive review. If you do write a handwritten thank you card, there are many ways to personalize that card. You could have the original salesperson reach out and handwrite that thank you note. You can include a $5 coffee gift card. You could also include a chocolate bar. If you have a baker in your family or on your team, have a little baked goods sent their way. But you can personalize that interaction a little bit further to really touch base with them and remind them again, hey, we are a local business. We're in your community. We're active here. We're trying to get your feedback online, and we would really appreciate your help. And that can go a long way with your customer. One thing that is included with your package are some email templates. We can send them over to you to make it a little bit easier for you to kind of build up this feedback online. Those email templates do contain a direct link to your review site, making it really easy for your customers to just click a button, go straight to your page, and they're already going to be there and able to leave you that feedback. It looks like Danielle was able to hop back online. I'm going to transition it back over to her so she can talk a little bit about some more of our recommendations.
Thank you so much, Julia. So I just wanted to go over some tips and tricks on how to ask for those reviews when going through this process. This also gives your team members and your staff members a step-by-step process on how to ask for these reviews at the end of this installation. So number one, we definitely want to help staff understand the importance of the online reviews and the impact of it on your business. And so just really letting your team members and your employees know how important this is to your business. Like I said before, maybe you want to go over some of those statistics with them on how important it is to have reviews and have presence online with positive feedback. We want to show them our live page, get them excited about those Facebook and Google Plus pages, about the activity on those sites, and really let them get familiarized with those pages and what they look like, the information we have on them. We want to then train staff to engage with the customers when asking for reviews. So this is, like Julia just mentioned, looking the customer in the eye, thanking them for their business, and letting them know that we really appreciate their feedback and handing them those cards to direct them to those sites. We want to give our employees and staff members or even just ourselves as business owners some homework to go home, register or log into one of these review sites, their favorite site, Google Plus or Yelp, Facebook, and leave a review for one of their favorite businesses. So if it's a restaurant you love, one of your favorite restaurants, or a service that you've experienced recently, we want to go on and leave a great review for that business. Not only does this show your local community on how much you enjoy their services and stuff like this, but it also just gets you familiarized with how to leave reviews on these sites. Just in case any customers have any questions about how to leave reviews, you can go ahead and answer them at that time because you will now be an expert on how to leave these reviews. We also want to implement incentive plans for your employees when asking for those reviews. So this can be whatever you choose it to look like, but whether you want to make it a competition between employees, so you might have 3 or 4 employees on your team, and they can compete individually for reviews, or you can make it a team effort. If they individually get 2 reviews by the end of the month, you can um, give them a Starbucks gift card, or let them have 5 extra minutes, for a break, or 10 extra minutes for a break. If it's a team effort, you could always say by the end of this month we want to have 5 new great reviews. And if we hit that goal, we're going to go ahead and have I will buy pizza at lunch for the staff members. And so we want to really get the staff members excited and your employees excited about this process. And we've seen that incentivizing staff members opposed to customers really get your staff members excited about this. They want to work for that prize that they're getting at the end of that process. We want to also be able to reach out to past customers, and so we may all have an email bank of past customers' emails. We want to reach into that and send them to these review sites and let them know how grateful you were for their business in the past, and you would love to hear from them now on your review sites, now that you're diving into this part of social media. One great way we've found to do is reaching out to making 2 separate columns. So one would just be Google Plus people. So anyone with a Gmail account, if you have that email bank, we want to reach out to everyone with a Gmail account and direct them to that Google Plus site. They can always leave a review on there, and all Gmail people can leave reviews on any Google Plus site. So we want to direct those customers to that site. All other customers, we can direct them to Yelp or Facebook, Angie's List, or Houzz. And we want to let them know how important this is, again, for your business. We also want to reach out to our current referral business. So we want to reach out to other businesses that we work with, or colleagues that we have. And so if you're using an interior designer or a commercial contractor, we want to utilize the experiences you have working with them and the experiences they have working with you. And you can always say, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And so if they leave a review on your site, you will go ahead and do the same for them and leave a review on theirs. This kind of just builds up both their sites and yours, and really gives another line of feedback from a different point of view. Someone that you're working with on an everyday basis, and it's a great way for customers to read that information. Reaching out to future customers. Now we've gone over past customers, current customers, and current referral networks, and now we want to see what we can do to integrate this process into our future steps. We want to showcase the reputation icons on our signature. So if you have a signature at the end of your email, you can go ahead and add these links to that as well. It just gives the customer a little bit of a reminder, or if you're communicating with them often, they can go ahead and leave a review right away about how great your communication is with them. We want to showcase these icons on your local website. So we want to integrate these icons on that website. So if a customer is, doing a quick Google search for you, they can find that website and, happen to stumble upon your icons and your social media sites that way. We want to add this to the post checklist process. So when you're going over all the steps you've done to make sure the customer was happy, we want to add this to that list as well. Did you mention leaving feedback to the customer? And we want to definitely incorporate it as part of your sales process. Like I said, we never want to surprise the customer, and so we want to align it with the beginning of the process all the way through to the end. So now the fun part, we are going to discuss what we provide to you in part of this package. So first and foremost, you should have received these collateral cards. If you haven't, they're probably on their way to your business as of right now. But these cards are a 3x5 card. You get about 100 of them in this package. And as you can see right here, it has your business information on the front with your location. And on the back, it has that review site that takes you to this personalized landing page with your review links on it. This landing page is accessible to mobile devices, tablets, as well as computers. So you can access it anywhere at any time. If the customer is, finished up with your services, they can um, walk right out their door and leave a review for you. We want to review best practices for management of these sites. So what we do is we monitor these sites for you. We make sure everything's looking great, all of the information is correct, and that no negative reviews are being overlooked on these sites. We want to generate creative and original content, and we do that on your behalf. We work very closely with our content team and your corporate team to make sure that all the information is aligning with those business practices you have with corporate, as well as that they're relevant, to what's going on with your business. And these are all competitive with Facebook and Google, and making sure that you have a lot of activity on your sites. We want to encourage customers, again, to write reviews. This adds to that SEO value and can make you found in that search. So we want to definitely make sure these customers are being directed to these sites and that customers are leaving outstanding reviews for you. We want to measure your activity on these pages, and so we are going to be monitoring this, and if we see anything negative, we are going to be reaching out to you. Like Julia said, we can give you a template on how to respond to these customers as well. So this is going over a little bit of the content that we've had for, as you can see, was for last month on some of the topics we've discussed. And like I said, we work very, very closely with your corporate team. Your corporate is very involved. And so this is just some of the information that we've posted in the past to those sites. As you can see, this information is categorized by blog, style or industry, sweepstakes. And so you can just see all that information right here. This information will be in the resource center that we have provided for you, and I'll go over that in one moment. But you can also click on the links and go to those sites and see just what the customers are seeing, and it's a great way to get involved and stay up to date. This is that resource center that we have provided. It's a personalized resource center for you. It's a 24/7 all-access site. It has great how-tos, and so we will be posting these webinars on there so you can go back and listen to them if you have any questions or concerns about this process. It will have how-tos on Facebook and Google+, Houzz, and Pinterest. And it really just gives you a way to handle your social presences if you want to take those extra steps, and it's all provided to you in this center. And we'll have frequently asked questions for customers who may, just have a quick question or concern. They can hop onto here and find the answers to that. We also have a help desk for 24-hour support, and you can submit a question if you have a question or concern, and it's after hours. You can go ahead and do it on here, and someone will get back to you within the next 24 hours. And like I said, the recorded webinars will be on here, and best practices as well. And just so you know, in the future, you are on one of our webinar presentations as of right now, and we are really loving this platform. So the next important step that you're going to want to take is to register for one of these value calls. These value calls are Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific time and Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So we are on the West Coast. These are the times we have for West Coast. And this next value call, we'll really just check in to see how your business is going, seeing how these steps are being taken to hand out these cards and seeing where you're at in this online process. As you can see, we do have specialty webinars. These webinars will be taking place, it says 10 o'clock on the screen, but they will be taking place at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every Wednesday um, during the month. So the first Wednesday, second, third, and fourth. We've already had this first Wednesday, we've had the social media, Google Plus, and Facebook 101. I believe it went very well. Julie and I were both on that call. And it kind of is just a step-by-step process on how to manage these pages if you would like to go ahead and take action doing that. This next Wednesday we have is going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. and this is going to be showcasing House and Pinterest. So House and Pinterest is a little bit more do-it-yourself and can really showcase to the customer what you can offer to them. It has, you know, great pictures and of installations that might have already occurred. The third Wednesday, so next Wednesday, we will be having an advertising for Facebook and Yelp, and this just gives you affordable advertising on these sites and lets you really know on how to advertise best on these sites for your business. And then the fourth Wednesday of the month, we will be doing a do-it-yourself on content strategies. So if you want to maybe write some content for your location in particular, you can join us for that webinar, and we can teach you how to write that content and, you know, get the best feedback to that. And we do have staff training, and it's going to be every second Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. This will just be similar to this phone call, and it will be directed for your staff on how to ask for those reviews. We've found that these webinars are a great way to, you know, get all the budget blinds and all of our franchisees on the same page. And so at this time, I do have a couple of questions for you just to make sure that everything's going smoothly on your behalf. And these questions will, you will just be able to answer these questions. Just one moment, bear with me. So our first question is going to be, one moment, I'm going to have Julia help me out on this.
Great. Thanks, Danielle. We just wanted to make sure that we got some feedback from you. We are always trying to improve our services that we can provide to clients. So the very first question we want to get feedback on today is, are you having any challenges with your Google or Facebook presences? Whether you have questions about how to gain access, or maybe you just have questions about content, let us know right here. We'd love to hear your feedback. You can just choose one of the two options, and then we will be reaching out after our call today to make sure you have the answers that you need. We are going to wait for everyone to answer the question, so please just take a minute to look at it, decide if any of these apply to you, and then we'll move on. Alrighty, we're going to move forward. The next question we have for you all today is, are everything going all right with your marketing collateral? So again, that is that box of 100 cards. There is an option to let us know that you haven't received your collateral yet. If not, we will be reaching out and sending over that tracking information so that you can check the progress through UPS. If everything's going great, that's awesome. We are glad to hear it. We are just looking to get some feedback from you so that we can continue to provide the best possible services to our customers. Thanks so much. We are going to wait again for everyone to answer this question. Already looks like everyone had an opportunity to answer that question. Awesome. Thanks so much for doing that. The last question we have for you today is, have you received the login for your personalized resource center that Danielle detailed about earlier? Again, this is that resource center that's built out for you. It's 24/7. It houses all those resources like how-tos, frequently asked questions, documents, and resources.
If you haven't received the login, please let us know by answering the question right up here, and we will send it over to you. If you have, that's awesome. Keep checking that login. You'll be able to access recorded webinars as well as the upcoming content calendar and calendar of upcoming webinars. Looks like we're waiting on just a few more people to answer this question. I'm going to give everyone a few more seconds here before we move forward. Alrighty, it looks like everyone answered that last question. Thank you so much to all of you for joining in today. We really, really do appreciate your time. We are really happy to be able to offer you this kickoff call in this format. If you have any questions following your kickoff call, please feel free to reach out to us by email. The email address up on the screen, local booster at Process Peak, is the quickest way to reach us. We will be responding to any questions afterwards. We will also be following up with you. We will be sending over a follow-up email, so please keep an eye out for that, as it should be headed your way shortly. Again, thank you so much to all of you. We hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday and are enjoying the start of June weather. We hope you have a great rest of your week and a wonderful beginning to summer. Thanks so much and have a great rest of your day.